In this lesson, we are going to talk about sheet metal cuts and sheet metal forming tools. But before we do that, let me mention the part you see on the screen is from an earlier lesson, and the name of this part is edge flange and can be found in your working files folder. We are going to start by talking about sheet metal cuts. Solidworks has provided many different cut shapes in the design library, and they're very easy to place on a sheet metal part. So let's go to the design library, expand the design library, expand the features folder, and select sheet metal. And notice the many different sheet metal cut shapes. I am going to use the A081 shape. Now to place this on the sheet metal part, you simply hold down the left mouse button and notice the preview on the sheet metal part. As I drag it to different faces, the preview updates. I'll place the sheet metal cut on this flange, release the left mouse button, and the property manager opens. Now there's two important items in this property manager. First, we can select the location of the cut, and we can do that by selecting Edit Sketch. A dialog box opens telling me that after I am done editing the sketch, if I select back, I will be taken back to the property manager. However, if I select finish, Solidworks will close me out of the sketch and close me out of the property manager for the cut feature. Now before we do that, let's zoom up on this area and add a couple smart dimensions. I am going to locate this feature from the left edge at a distance of 12 and from the top edge a distance of 12. My sketch is fully defined. I am now going to select back. Going back to the property manager, a second important item is we have the capability to change the dimension values for the cut feature. And all we need to do is put a check mark in this checkbox here for override dimension values, and then change any values that we need to update. I'll change this from 12.7 to 12. The preview updates, and I can now close out of the property manager. And placing sheet metal cuts is as simple as that. Now we're going to talk about sheet metal forming tools. Solidworks provides a library of many different forming tools. Forming tools allow you to stretch, bend, and deform sheet metal. So let's go back to the design library, expand forming tools, and notice we have 5 different folders that we can go into. I am going to select lances. Under lances, I have 7 different lance forming tools. Now we're going to place this just like we placed the sheet metal cut feature. I am going to hold down the left mouse button, drag it out to the sheet metal part. Now before I release the left mouse button, notice the lance is going into the part. If I select the tab key, it will reverse the direction of the lance. Or I can simply release the left mouse button and flip the direction here. Notice in the property manager, we also have the capability to rotate the angle of the lance. So I'm going to type in 90 degrees. The lance updates on the screen. And also notice we have a tab for controlling the position of the lance. So I'm going to go and zoom up on this area and apply a couple smart dimensions. We'll dimension this to 20. And we will do the same in this direction. Zoom out a bit and notice the new location for the lance. I'm going to go ahead and close out a dimension, close out of the property manager for the forming tool, and now we have a lance in the sheet metal part. And just like any other feature, the sheet metal cut and the forming tool feature can be edited by simply right mouse clicking and select Edit Feature. And this concludes our lesson on sheet metal cuts and sheet metal forming tools.